Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Jaws Killful, aka Geo, making another video for you guys. And I thought I'd just make this video right before I went to bed. In this video, I want to talk about the type of people that I often gravitate towards and surround myself with. Now, when it comes to people, who I hang out with, I'm actually very selective on who I actually give a chance. You know, I'm not that type of person who will just go up to anybody and you know try to start a conversation or try or should I say introduce myself. I'm very selective. Like if I see somebody who's kind of like me, who seems to be on the reserve side, very introverted, I'll talk to him. I wouldn't be open to talking to him or her and getting to know them. I tend to stick more with introverts like myself rather than trying to talk to extroverts. I just don't feel like I connect very well with the general public, which are mainly extroverts. You know, I connect better with introverted people, obviously, because I'm an introvert myself. But apart from only connecting better with introverts than I do with extroverts, another reason why I often don't even bother introducing myself or getting to know an extrovert or giving them a chance is because more likely, they're not going to accept me. More often than not, they don't accept me. They really just ignore me. They don't care much to introduce themselves and try to build a friendship upon meeting them. Like when I go to my college, I see a lot of people who would start talking to others. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do have some people who talk to me. They'd say hello, and I'll be polite and say hello back. But um, I wouldn't really go any further than that. Like, I don't feel like there would really be that much of a connection between me and a person who's you know very outgoing like that. And also, I call these extroverted people. I also often refer to them as the quote unquote normal people in society. You know, I refer to them as quote unquote normal people in society because that's our general population. That's how most of our general population is. Most of them are extroverts. They're outgoing, outspoken, and they tend to be more of speakers than deep thinkers. I myself, I'm a deep thinker. I tend to always think about what I'm going to say before I say it. I'm I'm always thinking it's like I'm always thinking I'm always thinking about something. I'm pretty sure humans in general, they're always thinking about something. That's just the way our minds are wired. It's well, for the most part it's constant. I mean, unless you're doing some form of meditation, then your mind is always working. It's always at work thinking of something. There's always something coming up. But for an introvert like me, I tend to think more than I I speak. So when I go out, I'll tend to stay aside by myself, stay to myself, and think, you know, or observe what's going on around me, observe the actions of the people around me and how they speak, how they act. That's what I tend to do. You know, being introverted, it's kind of a unique experience, to stand out in the crowd. But I don't think is necessarily it's not a bad thing. I actually think that being introverted is a good thing. You know, and people who are introverted tend to be, I think they tend to be more tolerable with certain things and more patient than extroverts. And that's another reason why I don't hang around extroverts or the quote unquote normal people. That's another reason why. Because, their knowledge on certain matters is limited. Like, for example, somebody who suffers from anxiety, you know, I'm going to admit, I do suffer from, some anxiety. It's not severe. I mean, I can go out and function normally in crowds, but it's like when I'm performing a task that I'm expected to complete or yeah, just complete at a certain time or perform a certain way. That's when I tend to get more nervous and I tend to get shaky. That's when my social anxiety kicks in. And sometimes, talking with people sometimes. However, I'm not that bad when it comes to talking with people. Um, in regards to social anxiety, but I tend to surround myself with like-minded people who will understand me, people who I'll understand and be able to relate to. We could share our experiences, whether it be growing up through, school, like, as youths, or just experiences now at our age currently. That's what I like. That's why I tend to surround myself around those type of people. Um, I know this video is being done in the dark, but that's because I'm about to go to sleep, so there's really nothing you guys need to see other than me in my PJs under the sheets, unless you want to see that. But yeah, I don't I don't like hanging around normal people. I like hanging around unique people, people who are unique, and people who have a higher level of intelligence over the general population. That's the type of people I tend to want to surround myself with. Well, Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say in this video. This is Jaws Killfool, aka Geo, signing out. Peace.